close the loop, ano na ba tawag sa Philippine football team natin? Hindi NASCAS?
Philippine Men's National Football Team.
But in short,
Wala silang
Philippine Men's National Football Team.
Wala na yung
Walang
Ascas.
nickname.
Wala na yun.
There's no
Hindi na
nickname.
nilagay
Yeah,
yun.
that was under a different manager.
Yes.
oh, okay. I didn't know that.
We learned
Yeah.
something new today.
Kahit yung, di ba yung Malditas before yung
Yeah.
Philippine Women's Team.
Oh, they're
So
not
now it's
Malditas
Filipinas.
anymore.
Filipinas din. Tagal na.
Filipinas. At least sila may
Filipinas,
nickname,
yes,
like
yes, yes.
shorter.
Yes,
Oh yes, I do know Filipinas.
Pero weird
Okay.
kasi kung tawagin mo yung men's team na Filipino. Kasi tayo lahat yun.
Pero batiin naman natin si Pawi. Puro ko iniiba niyo yung usapan kanina pa. Yan ang
Okay.
podcast. Oh, happy
Kasi kailangan
30th
kumain ng
birthday.
cake sa labas.
Sabay-sabay tayo. Happy 30th birthday, Pawi. 1, 2, 3.
Happy
30th birthday, Pawi. Yun.
Bakit naman pati yung edad sinasama ka?
Because when you're 30, okay pa. It's fine.
Pwede pang i-celebrate.
Pero pag umabot ka na ng 38, 39, you stop saying it
Say
out
it on
loud.
air. Okay, okay.
Okay,
That's the
kunin
rule.
namin, 8:33 na. Ito na yung quota. Thank you once again, ladies of the big story, to Reg sitting in for Cez, to Sean, and of course, the birthday girl, Pauline. Happy birthday to Pawi. 30th birthday. Oh,
Happy
may
birthday,
isa pang cake,
Pawi.
Mama. Ba't ka naka-red?
I just wanted to blend into my background, I guess. I don't know.
Pwede naman. Well, on our show, of course, from news, let's go to sports. We've got a couple of gold medal wins, including Australia in the FIBA Asia Cup, plus the PLDT high-speed headers in the PVL on tour.
And we catch up with Coach Willie Wilson live via Zoom as he takes over the Phoenix Fuel Masters in the PBA.
I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Liton-Calao.
And here's tonight's play-by-play.
Ramiro, the show by Mamoy League. Future moves puts it on. Unbelievable. Gemma on the left side. Oh, the pass! Stuck in another one. Bakunas rejecting Esteban for the
Three-peat complete for Australia for the third time in a row. The Boomers come out on top of the FIBA Asia Cup. Australia defending its ground in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia after surviving China in the final 90-89. What a game that was. The Boomers were in danger, actually, of getting dethroned early on as they fell into a 15-point hole against the Chinese in the first half, but eventually managed to cut the deficit to just 4 at the break thanks to the rally led by Xavier Cooks. After 19 lead changes, the match went down to the very last possession. China missing a potential game-winning 3, handing Australia the victory. Cooks led all scorers with 30 points to go with 9 rebounds. Australia is now 18-0 in Asia Cup play. It is also just the second country to achieve a three-peat in the tournament. Ironically, they followed China, which won 4 straight FIBA Asia Cups from 1999 until 2005.
Besides winning the gold with Australia, Jalen Galloway was also named the MVP of the FIBA Asia Cup. The sharpshooting swingman averaged 14 points to go with 3 rebounds, at least 1 assist, and a steal per contest. In the final, he scored 23 markers, including 6 triples on 50% shooting from the field and 60% from beyond the arc. Galloway headlines the FIBA Asia Cup All-Star 5 alongside teammate Jack McVeigh, China's Hu Jinqiu, and Wang Junji, and Iran's Sina Vahedi.
Speaking of Iran, well, they won the bronze medal in the FIBA Asia Cup. Team Melli withstood a late rally from New Zealand to claim a gutsy 79-73 victory in a battle for third. Iran was basically in full control for most of this game, but the All Blacks stormed back in the fourth and final quarter, cutting the deficit to just even 3 points with under 40 seconds to go. New Zealand then committed a really costly and sportsmanlike foul, which ultimately decided the outcome. Arslan Kazemi tallied a double-double for Iran with 16 points and 15 rebounds. Sayed Jafari top scoring for the bronze medalists with 22 markers, including 5 threes and 5 assists. This is Iran's first podium finish since 2017. The FIBA Asia Cup saw 16 of the best basketball teams in the continent come together in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia to compete for glory.
After almost 2 weeks of games, here's a look at the final standings of the tournament. Again, Australia won the Asia Cup for a third straight time. China gets the silver, its best finish in a decade. Iran's bronze is an improvement from 5th in 2022. Semi-finalist New Zealand is in 4th place, followed by Chinese Taipei at 5th and South Korea 6th. Gilas Pilipinas lands in 7th place, a 2-place jump from its 9th place finish in the last Asia Cup in 2022. Lebanon completes the top 8.
Japan comes in as 9th place, then hosts Saudi Arabia at 10th. They're followed by Jordan, first-timer Guam, and 2017 World Cup host Qatar. Rounding out the 16 are Iraq, India, and Syria.
Some welcome news for Gilas Pilipinas. Kai Sotto's return to action might be closer than we expect. Kaiju is now back in Japan doing non-contact training with his B-League team, the Koshigaya Alphas. In a series of Instagram stories, the squad showed Sotto participating in a series of shooting and dribbling activities. Sotto is making his way back after he suffered an ACL injury while playing for the Alphas last January. Before going down, Sotto was averaging almost 14 points and 10 rebounds per game. Without him, Koshigaya ended last season at 20th place. Sotto's absence was also felt by Gilas in the FIBA Asia Cup. He was posting at least 15 markers, 12 rebounds, almost 4 dimes, and 2 blocks a game for the national team before hurting his knee. In volleyball, after several heartbreaks, you can now call the PLDT High Speed Hitters champions. Find out how they nailed their first PVL title in an instant classic against the Cherry Tigo Crossovers. That's next on Play by Play. Stay tuned.
Culture thing.
Well, it is also. Pag nakapula ka, uy, birthday mo.
Talaga? Eh, ito na
back. Thank you for joining us here on Play by Play only on One News. Champions at last after multiple heartbreaks. The PLDT high-speed hitters officially claim their first PVL title. PLDT capping off an undefeated run in the PVL on tour by withstanding a valiant effort by the Cherry Tigo crossovers in the final after seeing their two-set lead disappear. The high-speed hitters leaned on middle blockers Majoy Baron and Mika Reyes to pull away in the winner-take-all fifth set. Kiana D went on to seal the championship with a block on Ces Robles. Five sets here, final score 25-17, 25-17, 19-25, 24-26, and 15-8 in the fifth. In favor, of course, of the eventual champions PLDT. Savvy Davison leading the way in scoring for the high-speed hitters with 23 points.
Mika Reyes played the game of her PVL career in the on-tour final. The 6-foot middle blocker was named the MVP of the championship match. She tallied a personal best 20 points on 13 attacks and a whopping 7 blocks, which is a PVL finals record. This is Mika's first individual honor since being named Best Middle Blocker in the 2022 Invitational Conference. But more than the award, Reyes is just happy to see the high-speed hitters finally lift a PVL trophy.
Of course, I'm very thankful din sa award, pero hindi ko naman din talaga magagawa without my teammates and the whole team. So, totoo naman, kung hindi ako re-receivean ni Sabi siya, ni Kat, ikaw, diba? Especially kay Team Eduardo, idol. I think yung pagiging, yung lagi ko rin sinasabi na maging present talaga, ayun naman yung kailangan namin talagang i-remind, especially this game. Kasi sobrang hirap makakuha ng championship sa PBL. Sobrang hirap kalaban lahat ng teams. Kaya sobrang sarap din nung nakuha namin championship.
Kasi parang hindi ka nag-react eh.
Hindi ko rin narinig actually. Pero hindi ko rin talaga in-expect. Ever since naman, I think mas importante talaga sa akin yung para sa team. Mas gusto ko makuha yung championship than any other individual ako. Sobrang frustrating talaga siya at the same time na yung sinabi rin ni Coach kanina na kahit sa lahat ng mga heartbreaks na experience namin, hindi pa rin kami tumigil. And I think yun yung nagpapasarap talaga sa championship na to. Kasi kahit yung nangyari the past few years, parang mas naging motivation pa sa amin yun.
In the PBA, the Phoenix Fuel Masters tap Willie Wilson as their new head coach.
And joining us right now live via Zoom is Coach Willie himself, coming off a game, over 40 league with the Jerwin Gako. Thank you for joining us. He was supposed to join us live in the studio. But brother, thank you for joining us here on Zoom with me and Cheska here on Play by Play. Nakamute, Will.
All day. You know, I got you guys. My bad. Second time.
Thanks for
No,
joining
it's
us,
fine.
Willie.
Yeah. Maraming salamat. Panalo kayo, di ba sabi mo, dun sa over 40 league?
Yeah, we won. It was a close game. I'm just glad that I made it out of there in one piece.
Well, Will, first of all, let's get a quotable quote right now. Something that people can use probably in their publications or whatnot. Your first reaction when Phoenix told you that now you will be the head coach. I know you've been coaching. Coach Jamike gives the freedom sometimes. I see in the huddles, siya magdo-draw up ng play. Coach Jamike just, sige Willie, kaya mo yan. But here, this time, it's gonna be you running the show. Basically, you'll be taking the blame if you keep on losing. No, but initially, your thoughts, man.
Initially, you know, initial was surprise, shock. Obviously, we're a tight knit group there in the coach's room. So, shock and we support Coach Jamike 100%. Second reaction was thankful. There's only 12 spots in the world to be a head coach in the PBA, and I'm one of them now. So very, very thankful, very grateful for to the Phoenix management.
Mm-hmm. So talagang hindi mo in-expect? Yung totoo?
Hindi ko talaga in-expect. When I started this coaching journey, it was, you know, just to be the best skills coach that I can be. So, pagpasok ko sa coaching staff, it's to work with the bigs.
Yeah.
And then, onte-onte, move up to as an assistant coach. And then it's to be the best possible assistant coach that I could be and make the head coach's life easier. And it just so happened that I was doing something right in management's eyes, and now I'm here.
All right. Well, you already mentioned that you were part of Coach Jamaica's coaching staff. He is
Yes.
now the consultant. You are now
Yes.
the head coach. So how much of his system will you adopt, or will it be a complete overhaul?
No, it's just very, very small tweaks here and there. We're continuing what Coach Jamaica started. It's the foundation. That's what we're built on top of, and it's just fine tuning and mastering what Coach Jamaica has already built. And Coach Jamaica is in he's there every single day, mentoring, coaching the boys still. And we're still working together. It's just now I'm just going to be the one standing up.
Well, you've spent 14 seasons, if I'm not mistaken, in the PBA. Also played with the Phoenix, played for a couple of teams. Of course, we know your college days in the UAAP. You've learned a lot from your previous coaches. If we talk about this team, Phoenix, there's a lot of pressure coming in. Only 8 wins last season out of 33 games, including a 1-win conference in the Governor's Cup. What will you apply from the previous coaches you've had, even maybe from Coach Francis' time, of course, Coach Jamaica, and the other coaches you've had? And what adjustments are you looking now, especially heading into this, PBA's golden 50th season? And at least, di ba, sabi mo, konting tweaks, pero ma-improve naman. You have that championship pride, man. You have that LaSalle pride in you, that warrior in you. Na gusto mo naman, we don't want to be the bottom team in the PBA in the 50th season.
Well, number one, it's giving the players ownership over the team. The players win. The coaches are just there. When we lose, it's our fault, but when we win, it's the players. It's because of the players. So I just want to make sure that they have ownership over that and letting them know that we're here to make them more valuable, to help them make more money throughout their careers and play a very, very long time. So giving them confidence that this is their team, not be in their ear as much. I'm going to take a lot of what I wanted or how I wanted to be coached. A lot of my former coaches, like you said, Coach Koy Banal is one of the guys that I really admired. I played for him, and some of the lessons, because we worked hand in hand. Obviously, Coach Louis Alas and Topex.
Yeah.
Little bits and pieces, but the bulk of it is just going to be being myself and being who I am. I told the players that just because I moved to the head coaching spot doesn't mean that the relationship that I have with them, that I've developed with them, will change. It shouldn't change. And I'm just having an open door policy. I'm going to try to learn from everybody, players included, along with my assistant coaches.
All right, let's talk about the current Phoenix lineup that you will be adding to in a few weeks in the PBA draft, because you get the second pick as well.
Ooh.
Your thoughts, Coach?
If you look at our lineup, top to bottom, we're really lacking that true center. Obviously, we're not going to get a Jumar Fajardo, but if we can get somebody that can at least, give them a little bit of problems defensively, then that would be very, very welcome to us. If not, it's all about getting the best available talent in the draft and working with that. And, we have talent on the roster. We have a lot of talent on the roster. I think we have the best power forward in the PBA today, the most complete in Jason Perkins. And we have, Jason Perkins. And we have rising stars in Tyler Teo, Tuffin, and Balungai. Yeah, Kai Balungai. And then, we got a whole bunch of good 3-and-D guys. I want to talk about Sean Manganti, Rafi Verano, and guys like that. And then some vets in R.R. Garcia and J.J. Alejandro. So we have a good mix and a good combination of guys. And it's just them being able to work together, find out what it feels like to win together consistently. I think that's the key, because going back to the teams that I played for, you'd get down, but you never thought that you would lose the game, because you always had that belief in each other and in the system that we're going to pull out the win.
Yeah. Singitin ko na lang kasi we don't have much time. But sabi mo, big man, First question, may inaay kayo certain name? Maybe you can throw a name out there para sabi ko nga sa'yo, so we can be viral and masulat ka. Ha?
pwede ko sabihin QMB.
Quentin Meliora, bro.
I think obviously that's the that's the center that everybody wants. But
Yeah.
obviously we don't have a complete list, so I can't really throw any names out there.
Yeah.
But I mean, just add more ceiling to the team, so that we can be on that level.
Yeah.
You look at Converge with Arana and Baltazar. We want to be able to height wise be able to match up with them.
Swerte mo pag makuha mo si Quentin Meliora, Brown, first season mo.
Yes.
Swerte mo doon, Will. Okay, realistic goals, Will. I'm sure hindi naman championship agad-agad or finals. I don't know. What are your realistic goals for Phoenix? Right away.
I mean, first and foremost, we're trying to make the playoffs.
Okay.
We get into the quarterfinals, and anything from there is possible, in my opinion. I think making it to the finals is a huge confidence boost to the team. A team that we're always kind of waiting for what's next that's going to go wrong. Whether it be injuries or whatnot. So making it to the playoffs, I think first and foremost would be a huge confidence boost. But even getting more micro than macro, it's about getting that first win and proving that we're capable of winning ball games.
All right, thank you so much, Willie Wilson, for joining us, the new head coach of the Phoenix Fuel Masters.
Thank you, brother. Sana makuha nyo nga
thank
si
you, guys.
Quentin Meliora, Brown.
And coming up, a touch of green and white pride at the PVL On-Tour Finals. Former DLSU Lady Spikers and their coaches reunite during the biggest match of the preseason tilt. We'll show you the heartwarming moment when play-by-play returns here on One News.
watching play-by-play only here on One News. Time for me to head to the big board right away. I just ran 31 kilometers yesterday, so pagbigyan nyo na ako, naglalakad lang ako. We've got a gold medal match of the FIBA Asia Cup in tonight's highlight reel. Let's start with China. 2 minutes left. Mingxuan Hu will come off the screen here, take that three, and knock it down. Look at the time, 2 minutes to go. They were down to, as I said, 19 lead changes in this game. What a game, what a final. It could have been China's, but of course, Australia winning the gold again, they're third now. And look at China after that three. That's one of Hu's 5 threes, by the way. He had a team high 26 points. He really tried his best to carry the lefty. He really tried to lift China to the finals, but that won't be enough, though, as we know. Australia winning the FIBA Asia Cup 2025 in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Punta naman tayo sa Australia. As I said, William Hickey gets a block, then goes all the way. This guy has had a stellar run, dunking all the way home, using his athleticism on both ends of the floor. Hickey just really left an imprint, not just on this game, but this whole tournament. But by the way, here in the final, he had 15 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and also 2 blocks para kay William Hickey. More from Hickey in Australia in her final play, but this was a really good one. Okay, here it is off that Jack McVeigh, then the 3 air ball, and look who's there underneath. Hickey all alone, a minute left. China was still up by 1, being at the right place at the right time. As I said, Hickey, just a fantastic job all around, offensively, defensively. IQ, look at him go. Just being there at the right place. Nails, of course, as Australia nails a three-peat with a 90-89 one-point win over China, a powerhouse in the region. Boomers had to rally from 15 points down, as we said earlier in the news item, early on to make it interesting, and they eventually pull it off in the clutch. China, meanwhile, with its best finish since winning the gold back in 2015. Congrats to the guys Landan Anda, Australia, winning the FIBA Asia Cup 2025. Cheska, back to you, mate.
And before we go, it was a night of celebration and a touch of nostalgia for several former LaSalle greats in the PVL On Tour Finals. Lady Spikers from different generations reunited on the court after PLDT beat Cherry Tigo in 5 sets to win the preseason crown. PLDT's Kim Fajardo, Kiana D, and Majoy Baron, as well as Cherry Tigo's Abby Maraño and Ara Galang huddled for a heartfelt moment. Then they joined Mika Reyes, Alia Malaluan, and Jean Soreno for an epic photo. Completing the reunion were none other than their former coaches, longtime DLSU assistant coach Noel Orculio, and of course, the head coach of the Lady Spikers, the one and only Ramil De Jesus, both of whom were there to witness their players compete for the PVL On Tour Championship.
Ganda nun, you know, to see all yung mga LaSalle from different generations, coaches. Talagang it's just a nice sight to see. Kanina in BGC, dapat yata hindi ko sinabi, I saw Rex and Majoy. Yung ngiti ni Majoy parang ear to ear. Saya-saya kasi they won nga sa PVL On Tour Finals. But congratulations to Majoy, to PLDT, to the High Speed Raiders. Yes!
First PVL title.
Well deserved. Congratulations, PLDT. Si Baji Del Rosario,
and Baji.
team manager, galing to put this team together. Ang galing. Deserve, guys. Congratulations sa inyo. That's all from us tonight. Catch us again tomorrow, 8:30 p.m. for a play-by-play of the day's top sports stories.
Play-by-play is on One News. That's Signal TV, Channel 8 on SD, and Channel 250 on HD. We are also available on Signal Play and Pilipinas Live.
Happy birthday ulit kay Pawi.
Happy birthday, Pawi.
Rizosa, of course. Happy 30th birthday. I'm Andre Felix.
And I'm Cheska Calao. Thank you for watching. Happy Monday. Good night.